I'm so happy that you're here.
Thank
you for coming through.
The
first time we officially met was at the BET thing.
Yeah, that little party thing.
That little party thing.
Yeah.
And we had a real conversation, and I don't know if you saw it, but I tweeted you. This was back in the day before Twitter suspended my account.
Huh? Why did they suspend you? What did you say? Something racist?
No, never me. But do you know what it is? It was around the time Love Island was going on. So I feel like I might have said something that they just didn't.
And they suspended your whole thing?
They suspended my account. I had to start a new account.
Oh, okay.
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah, but I tweeted you. And I was definitely saying, I was like, listen, I just met Faceinthenews. She has the best heart ever. She's so cool.
Thank you.
100%. And
I know our conversation was only small.
It was really small, but I feel like it was still. Did you drink on that day? Did you drink on that day? Yeah. So, but it was still like a real good conversation.
Yeah, thank you.
Because everything was all around us. I think this is after Hedy had performed.
Yeah.
So we were just chilling, and I just like the energy was just on point. I was just like, yeah.
Thank you so much.
How's things with you? How you been?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
Yeah. Are you still feeling like how you're feeling when you released the August content? Like, God, it's August.
I mean, I feel like that's something you have to be on job with like every day. Do you know what I mean? Because if you slip one day, it will just all go downhill. So no, I'm good today, but yesterday it wasn't good. I was a little bit ill, so I didn't have time to. Do you know what I mean? Like prepare myself to be in good spirits. Do you know what I mean? But today I'm good.
Good spirits. All right, cool. I feel like let's go into Michael Dapaah because I've recently seen. That's the recent work I've seen. You on being on Swill. So too. Tell me what was it like being on set with that and just working with that, and obviously you kind of being. What was the role that you was playing?
I don't know, but I don't think I'm a sugar baby because that means I would be giving money to an Okay, so I'm the receiver of the sugar from the sugar daddy. Yeah. So who does that make me?
What does that make you? It depends. I feel like they have many terms that I don't want.
Okay, so I'm that person.
Yeah.
And it was really good. I've never been on a set like that before to get mic'd up and you have to keep on doing the same thing over and over again and saying it from different angles and stuff like that. So it was just nice to be on a set like that.
Was that a new experience for you?
Yeah, it was, with like professional cameras and being mic'd up, and then there's makeup artists and yeah, it was really good.
Did you have a script or was that just something that you freestyled?
We had a script, but he said like improvise, so it was like a loose script. So it had 1 or 2 trigger points, but you can say whatever you want as long as you say these certain lines. Yeah. So yeah.
And is that more of the same kind of content that you kind of want to go into? Obviously, you do produce comedy sketches, content material that you have on your Instagram page. And is that more of the same thing, or is it like something that you just branch out to whatever?
Yeah, I'm just a brancher, really. I don't really make plans to like pursue anything, but it was an interesting experience that I wouldn't mind doing again. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I wouldn't say no, but I would probably want to do something like that again. Yeah, personally as well, like for my own skits as well. It was good to have a like example of what it would be like on a bigger scale. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, it was sick. Definitely, you played your part. Lola, who's a good friend of mine, definitely played her part as well.
Yeah, and Lola.
I was liking the back and forth dynamic between both of you. It just seems like she was getting in and you were
She's
getting
amazing.
In. Yeah. Was that the first time you guys met? Was there people that you met for the first time? Had you met Michael Dapaah before?
No.
That was the first time.
That was the first time meeting Lola as well. That was just the first time. Yeah, but it was different because like you see them on socials and you think like, I don't know, there's like this star factor to them, and not in a disrespectful way, but when
I
you
feel
see
like you
them
have
up
the
close,
same as well.
That I'm just normal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but people don't know this though, because obviously when they see them, like, no, you give them. I feel like laughter is always the best medicine. They say laughter is the best medicine, and when you give people laugh and make people happy and make them feel a way about their day. You kind of are in that factor with that star factor where they look at you differently.
Yeah. And then when they see me in real life, I'm just
calm,
just a normal civilian. Yeah.
What's like the weirdest or craziest approach anyone has ever come to you from just knowing you from your Instagram?
I wouldn't say I had any weird or crazy ones, but it's just that when people see me, it's just an automatic get on the camera thing sometimes. Like, sometimes they don't really ask me and, I'll just be looking a mess and it will be Snapchat, like, right in my face and stuff like that. So I don't really like that, do you know what I mean? Because I am a normal person, but yeah, I haven't really had any crazy, weird people.
Yeah.
Yeah, not yet, because I stay in my house.
You've been on set as well with Mo. And I know Mo's a big fan of yours as well. So what was that like? Because I was like in that whole committee, because it was you, Vivi Brown, Mo. What was that like being on set?
That's the same thing as meeting Michael Dapaah as well. You see them on socials and on TV and stuff, and they have this star factor, and then you're like Mo, the comedian, sitting right there, and you realise that he's just a normal person. Do you know what I mean? But he is really funny as well. Yeah. Like he has that same energy online in real life as well.
Have people approached you to like? Has anyone like that's in the comedy field of factor that's kind of either slid in your DMs and just be like giving you like a props or bigs up or just showing you love or told you that you've been doing
I get love a lot.
Is that weird? Is that a weird feeling for you? Or are you almost like blasé to it now, like it's not really a thing anymore?
It's I appreciate it. And it's useful in like times when I just can't be bothered to do stuff anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like to have those messages saying, "Oh my gosh, like I really like what you're doing" and stuff like that. So it's useful and I appreciate it. But it's not like I'm blown away by it, if that makes sense. Yeah. But I do definitely appreciate it, and I don't really know how to react to it sometimes as well, because as I said, I'm just a normal person. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes to receive love like that, I'm just like, oh, but I'm just being me. Do you know what I mean? I'm just being myself. So, yeah.
How do you what's the process like when you produce content for online? Does it take you quite a bit of time, or is it now quite easy for you where you've got to a point where whatever you think, you just know how to execute it?
No. For me personally, what I feel like my inspiration comes from God. Nice. So what he does with me is he gives me one idea, and until that one is done, I won't get another idea. So it's like teaching me to be diligent and consistent. But if I take long, I'll just have that one idea until it's done. Then I'll get another one, if that makes sense.
That makes sense,
Yeah. It's not me. It's never really me thinking of this would be funny. It's like literally. I don't know, like inspiration will come from somewhere or just have a random thought, and then it will just be that one until it's done. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Freestyle. Dope.
Thank you.
You killed it.
Thank you.
Like smashed it. The way you read the beat.
Thank you.
Like, has there been artists that asked you to come in and do a feature? I feel like some of them should. Because I see a few of them, like when you did the Bags and Boxes, Blade Brown commented. I feel like Ktrap watches your page quite often as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you actually have any of them asked you to come on a feature or anything like that?
No.
We need to make this happen. I feel like she will body a drill beat. Like,
no, honestly. But the thing is, do you know what it is that's holding me back here? I rap about stuff I don't live. Do you know what I mean? So I think I could be a sick ghostwriter. Like, honestly, I could spray, but it can't come from me unless I'm wearing a belly. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not my real life. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's things in my notes right now that, you don't even want to hear it. It's flames. Do you know what I mean? But I can't say that. Do you know what I mean? I'm a civilian. I don't do nothing like that. Do you know what I mean?
Have you got new bars on you now? Are you always writing? Yeah. So this could be a thing, to be honest.
No, it can't. It can't.
No, I feel like you could go on a J.R. Daily behind bars, kill it.
I don't think you understand. I can't. Because it's not me. Do you know what I mean? And then in the comments I'll get, oh my gosh, like she's even lying about what she's rapping about and stuff like that. I can't.
Do you read your comments?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, why?
Why do I read my comments?
Like, because I feel like, because I get some people that will be like, they don't want to read the comments because it's just mad, or they mute comments on YouTube or whatever. They don't want to read it because it can be just mad.
I can't help myself, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it deter you sometimes? Does it make you feel like?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I'm someone who will have like 100 good comments and then the one bad one will really stick out to me. So that's why it's not really good. But at the same time, I do like to know what people think of what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? Even though that kind of sounds mad, like, oh, you shouldn't care about anybody's opinion, but I'm doing it for people. Do you know what I mean? So it is kind of important for me.
Of course.
You get what I'm saying?
Has anyone kind of given you feedback, or in terms of just the content that you have been producing and saying like, oh, do you want to do this better? Do you want to do that better?
No.
Because I feel like people always have an opinion when they're doing something that other people want to do.
No,
does that make sense?
Can't tell me that. No, absolutely not.
What's going on with your mum? Because I saw the seaside thing. aquarium thing. Mum's just popping up.
Oh, Pauline.
Yeah, like what go over there?
See,
Like,
that was another idea that I couldn't get past until
you
it
were
was
swimming
done.
in a robe.
Yeah.
No, you are actually a legend.
Thank you.
You're actually a
Thank
G
you
for
so
that. Honestly.
Thank you.
So that's the idea that came from God, and you just executed it.
Yeah.
And you went on. Did you actually plan to go south on and see at that time? No, you just thought
it was my cousin's birthday, and then I just remembered. Oh, bring the robe, bring Pauline, and then I filmed it there.
Seems like Pauline doesn't want you to have a good time at all.
No, she doesn't. No, she just wants me to clean the house
and make sure you don't forget taking out the chicken out the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big problem.
Yeah, I think she's funny though.
No, Pauline's a G.
She reminds me of my mum still. She does.
Has your mum seen your skits?
Yeah, she doesn't really watch them though.
No, why? No.
I don't know if it's because she thinks I'm taking the piss out of her.
Okay.
Or if I think at the same time she doesn't really understand this like social thing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not university, it's not a real job. Do you know what I mean? So do you know what I mean?
Does she still kind of chime in your ear even today though? Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? No. Those talks don't happen.
No.
So let's talk about God. Yeah, this is something I feel that's quite big that you mentioned.
It's my favourite.
Happy. Happy. Yeah. So talk to me about a time before. Have you always loved God? Have you always been of faith and had God in your life? Or was there a point in time where that wasn't the case and you were just kind of doing you?
I think I don't know, I've always known that there was a God. Like I grew up in a Christian home, but I didn't really understand like that he is like a real God. Do you know what I mean? Like you can pray and then he'll actually change stuff like live. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't really understand that until like a couple years ago, and then once it started like clicking, then I started to just develop our relationship more.
Yeah. And
now I just...
And you've taken steps to just make sure that you're in good faith and good stead.
Yeah.
So now you're just more of a big believer.
Yeah.
And your faith has just increased tenfold. Do you talk to me about the time when you was kind of depressed? Okay. That moment, did you feel like God was trying to test you, or did you feel like was there even any sense of where, God, why is this happening to me?
Do you know what? I think when I was depressed or in a low place, it was more to do with accepting negative thoughts and stuff like that. So it wasn't necessarily me asking God, why is this happening? It was like, it's like if you're in a good place and then you start going backwards, it's not trying to go forward, it's just accepting that you're going backwards until you go to a place where there's no return. Do you know what I mean? So I just kept on like falling deeper and deeper into this thing and not actually having the strength or energy to want to get better. Do you know what I mean?
Was you still creating content around this time?
No. Okay, I can't make content if I'm not in the
right space of mind, right frame of mind.
Yeah.
So how did you pull yourself out of that situation? How did you win those battles that we don't see? Which is I feel like the mental battle is always the biggest battle that people face.
Yeah, it's some people would say like it's a mental fight. Like every time you hear something, so like if you hear I'm not good enough, you have to fight with I am good enough and I'm going to do this. Do you know what I mean? But with me, it was because like God's word is like what I believe it to be is like the truth. So if he says that I'm here for a purpose, then that doesn't mean that like goes against everything that's negative. Do you know what I mean? So you just have to I had to kind of accept those things and bring myself out of that place with those words like gradually. So it was just like turning my mind's frame around or like having a different perspective that brought me out. So and it was just like a waste, like being depressed and stuff, it's just a waste of time because I'm not doing anything like
it makes you feel unproductive. Even though when you are being productive, it's like the constant wars and battles that you face with your mind. It's like it's crazy because no one sees this, but it's like we live through this every day. But it's crazy because when people on the outside looking, they'll be like, "Oh, you're good, man. You're rosy. Like you don't really need anyone."
Yeah, it's hidden.
It's hidden.
Yeah,
it's hidden from the truth. Have you formed like real relationships and friendships since you've been creating these contents now? Because like what I mean by that is like obviously you would have like the social people that come who have the biggest following and stuff like that. Has there been real friendships that's formed from that? Because people just feel like, okay, the personality that they see in you, they would want to get close and Just be.
Do you know what? I think I'm more of the problem. Do you know what I mean? Because like,
what do you mean by that?
I'm someone who I never call anybody for anything. Like I don't message anybody for anything. I don't like if somebody invites me to come out, I'll often be like, oh yeah, I'm coming, and then I'll be like, oh no, I'm not. Do you know what I mean?
So you're a flick.
What's that?
So basically, if someone called you to come out and you'd be like, yeah, but then you change your mind last minute, you just flip the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me. Yeah. I just like, I don't know. I'm very. It's not introverted because I can do stuff. Do you know what I mean? But I just sometimes would prefer not to.
Do you feel like is there a specific reason to that, or
I don't know.
You don't like?
I really don't know.
No.
I actually don't know. I just know that.
Have you asked yourself why am I like this?
I have.
Yeah.
But no answer's been given to me yet. Do you know what I mean? But I think that's just how I was from young though. Like. Yeah. I don't know, like when I'm out and with friends and stuff, like I'm a very bubbly sort of person, but it takes a lot of energy from me. Yeah. In a way, I kind of feel like I'm putting on an act to be that person.
Really?
Yeah, I do sometimes.
Do your friends treat you differently now? Because of the kind of, obviously, well, you being who you are now and obviously having the social kind of popularity? No. Do you feel like you'll be able to spot a friend if they did?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely. I'm always looking for the snakes in the grass. No, I am, no, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you encountered them before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I have.
And how has that been like? How have you kind of deterred or kind of moved away from friends that
I just cut people off, you know, I just stop answering.
Is it just easy for you to just...
It is, because that's just how I am. It's hard for people to contact me in the first place, so then if I don't want to contact you or you to have any contact with me, it's just, I'll just go. I'll just go away. I just run away from stuff.
So friends, if you're seeing this, don't switch up. Also.
Sorry everybody. No, but honestly, that's what I am. I'm a runawayer. Really? Because like even from work, I've never handed in a 4-week notice slip. I've just stopped going.
Left?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many jobs have you had?
About 6.
6 jobs?
About 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
What were they?
When I get tired, they were like just retail stuff.
Where have you been? Where have you worked?
No, I can't say that because they might not want to accept me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes I do need to go back. Do you know what I mean? I will need to go back one day. I can't just be saying it like.
I pray to God that you don't need to go back.
No, I have to wait until like 4 years when they clear the record.
Yeah, it takes 4 years for them to clear the record?
Yeah, some 7, but it just depends.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's mad. So where you at now, you're happy with it? It's a part-time job. How often do you work?
Bank. So just whenever I want.
Whenever you can, whenever you want to.
Because I get really tired of doing stuff that I don't like doing stuff that I don't like to do. You know what I mean? I really don't like it. Like I don't have I don't know, like I can't do stuff that I don't like doing.
Are you forced? Does your work force you to do things that you don't want to do?
No, but if I keep on if I had to do it, like if I had to work Monday to Friday, I can't do that. I can't do that.
You couldn't do that?
No, because it's too much of the same thing every day. It's too much of the same people every... I don't even like my workmates. Do you know what I mean?
They might see this, you know.
No, let me take that. No, guys, I do like you. I'm talking about the other workplace that I go to sometimes. No, I'm talking about the other one, because remember I have 2. So I'm talking about... I can't even... I think we should edit that out. What do you think? I think we should get rid of that stuff. I'm joking. I just like to joke all the time. I do like you guys. I like to play Secret Santa or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Even Secret Santa, do you know what I mean? Do you know what somebody got me one time? Soaps. I went out, I looked at their personality and stuff and got something to match their personality, and they got me soaps. And I know I don't stink more than her. I know that. Do you know what I mean? So why would she do that to me?
So you weren't even happy with the gift? That you even got a gift, you just like, because the soaps is the problem.
Annoying. There's a lot of people at that workplace that's annoying to me. Really annoying.
Oh no, I'm dying still. That's actually bad.
Anyway, we're gonna edit that out, so don't laugh because you have to do it.
I will share it to you anyway. No, that's bad. That's actually bad. So aside from that happening, I feel like you're in a really good place.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you preach so much about God.
Yeah.
It's not something that you hide away.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's even your slogan. I feel like you have a t-shirt. I have to make it in a life.
Yeah.
I feel like you're doing a song on it as well.
Yeah, everything is make it in a life.
Everything and make it in a life.
Yeah.
That's become like a running theme or running saying that you do it mostly in your skits.
Yeah.
What does that, for people that may not know, even though it's quite cliche, what does that even mean for you?
For me, it means like every day that I'm here, there's a reason. And at the end of my days, whatever I've done has to equal me making it in life. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody's impact is different. Like some people don't have to be a multi-million-dollar artist. Do you know what I mean? Some people just need to help one person or make a change in one person's life, and that's how they make it in life. Do you know what I mean? But make it in life, just leave some sort of impact. Do you know what I mean? Because that's all you really leave at the end of the day.
Literally, that's exactly what Nipsey Hussle was even referring to in his raps, and just basically saying that the highest human act is to inspire. Yeah, it really is to inspire. You put up a post of Rams the other day, which I feel like is something that I definitely wanted to touch on, and you just showed love. I feel like for me, you just showed love. You put up the post, which you didn't have to. For you, do you feel like we're in that kind of industry where we don't show enough love? Like it's such a hindrance, or people just don't naturally show love. Why do you think that is?
I really don't know. Like me, I think it's necessary. Well, for me, I think it's necessary to show love because I'm just thinking about what am I going to leave when I'm no longer here. Do you know what I mean? What have I done? Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's not necessarily creating content or doing or achieving for myself, but the impact that I've left on other people. So to show love, to make someone's day better, to make someone's minute, hour better, do you know what I mean? It's a little impact that I can add, do you know what I mean? But like in the industry, I don't know, I'm not really in the industry like that, you know, to know what they're doing or not doing. But I just know that in music, there's a lot of, you like have to be this certain way, and like you have to put up with a lot of things because you're in the public eye like that. Yeah. And it's like, for example, when Ram's done that, I can't remember what stage he was on, but his mic was out of time. Do you remember that?
It was, I think it had something to do with Capital Extra.
Yeah, something like that. His mic was out. And he just got bare, like, people were just disrespecting him like on a mic. And I'm thinking, this is a person. It's not even his fault. Do you know what I mean? And I just think it's a lot for people in the music industry, like just in the public eye, to deal with ridicule all the time. Do you know what I mean? Or like constant other people's opinion. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought.
And I always say this: you'd be surprised how much a phone call could lift someone's spirits. Do you know what I mean? Like just even a text, but that's personal. Like you've got someone's phone number, you text them, or you call them, and just be like, "Hey, how are you? Like, how you been? I'm just checking in on you." Yeah. This, that, and the first. That it doesn't take nothing away from anyone, to be honest. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's just something that needs to happen more. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's just really, really helped. And people don't talk about it a lot, but people go through stuff all the time. Yeah. And for the fact that it's just like, you need to know that someone's just out there for you. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it just goes a long way. And even just you as well, just coming out from your depression and stuff. You're in a space where you're happy with yourself, but do people still check in on you? Because I know you say you don't really call anyone, but do people check in on you though? Yeah. They do, yeah. So love. Yeah. Have to make it in the life.
I do get love from people just checking in on me. But personally, no, let me not even say any more stuff. Yeah, go on.
I want to know now.
No, that's fine. No. Thank you everybody that checks in on me. I'm gonna look like a bad person if I keep on. This is why I don't do interviews, you know. So it's too much.
No, but you're being honest, though.
No, but honesty is not always.
What's been your biggest highlight of this year so far?
What did I do?
What did you do?
Oh, it was, my biggest highlight was probably when I went on BBC, was it One Extra with Mr. Jam? And he brought Pauline on. and he played "Make It in a Life," the song that I made on Instagram for like 1 minute. I just thought that was like completely random, but it was like really nice. Do you know what I mean?
He brought Pauline on, so you had to do
Yeah, he
Pauline.
made Pauline come to the interview, and he also played that song on radio, and I just thought it was just mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I could be a superstar. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was that.
What's been the worst chat-up line you've received? Because I'm sure people have been sliding in the DMs, trying to take you out here and there.
The worst chat-up line?
What's been the worst chat-up line? It could be face-to-face, it could be on social media, it could be wherever. You must have a few.
I have one,
There
but it was quite scary though.
Well, what did they say?
Okay, so it was. He's even in prison. So there was this one that messaged me one time, and he was like, "Hey," and then I was like, "Okay, hello," and then he was like, I can't remember, but I can't remember what happened in the conversation, but he was like, this year trying to put the ops face in the news. So I was like, what? I don't understand why he's telling me that. I have nothing to do with that. Do you know what I mean?
What?
I didn't understand why he thought that was flirtatious, but I didn't want it. That was the worst one. That was the one that made me want to change my name.
I don't even know what that means. Bruv.
I don't know.
I don't even know what that means.
You said this year we're trying to put the ops face in the news, and then I decided maybe it's time for me to change my name, because what does this mean? Do you know what I mean? And I love my name. Do you know what I mean? I like it. But yeah, that was the worst one, and I'll never forget it. I don't know how the conversation spiraled there, because I was definitely not talking about anything like that.
That's mad.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the name Face in the News?
I just heard it in a song.
Really? What song?
410. Do you know those people? They're AM and Skengdo, but the older ones are BT and Rendo. Do you remember those people?
I think so.
No, yeah, they had a song.
Yeah.
And then that part just stuck out for me, and then I was like, I'm just gonna change it to that. So I changed it to that on Twitter, and then my cousin made a song where he was saying funny like face in the news, so I just had to keep that name for the rest of my life.
Swear.
Yeah, so that his song would make sense. Do you know what I mean?
Is your cousin a drill artist?
Not drill, but he does rapping.
He does rapping?
Yeah, I would
Okay,
say
cool.
he's drill.
Is that why you're kind of really good at rapping then? Because you guys go back and forth.
I can't give him credit for that. That's all me.
That's all you?
Yeah.
He's going to see this, you know?
Yeah, I know. Sorry, cuz. I mean, he was there in the studio sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Who's your favourite drill artist? Favourite?
Is Ktrap a drill artist?
Yeah.
Would you say so?
I would say.
Okay, yeah.
I would say.
Probably
Ktrap, even, he may not know this, I'm sure he doesn't, but he introduced me to drill.
Oh,
I didn't hear of drill until I heard Ktrap. And that was through my cousin, so big up my cousin. And I think, what song was this? It's gonna bug me, man.
How does it go?
It's gonna bug me. 222 in the queue, 62 gram in the pirates. Well,
Yeah.
do you know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Sorry.
Are you trying to remember as well?
Yeah.
But Chappie, if you see this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, that was the intro. And then LD. I thought like, no disrespect 6'7", they're all hard, but LD stuck out to me. He
LD
was just
sick.
like,
yeah.
no, LD proper. And those for me were the top two in drill. And then Heady come through was just, messed up.
Heady's third on the list.
No, it wasn't in any order. I'm just talking about how I was introducing that line of drill. So Ktrap introduced me into that whole world. Then I started to listen to 6'7", LD, and LD stuck out the most to me out of them. And then Heady won. I don't really have an order, but I would definitely say them three are the top three for me.
Okay.
They stick out for me, but anyone else might feel different. Someone else might say Skengdo and AM. It just people's preference, innit?
Yeah.
But who's yours? You said Ktrap, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it about Trappy that you like?
He's just sick.
Yeah.
I just like his flow. I don't know. I don't really know what it is, but he's just so cold. Like,
yeah, man, he's wavy.
Speaks with so much clarity. Do you know what I mean? So, like, do you know what it is? Yeah. Do you know why? Ever since he took off the belly, it's been kind of different for me, because like when he had the belly on, I could be Ktrap. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it was like I didn't have a face; it could always be me. Do you know what I mean? So when I was rapping his songs and stuff, I felt like it was actually me. Do you know what I mean? He raps in a way that makes you kind of personify.
So do you feel like he shouldn't have taken off the mask?
No, I'm glad that he did, because I know why he done it. Do you know what I mean? For a good reason, but it's just different for me now. Do you know what I mean? But he's still making good music, so I just have to learn to adapt to it, really. But when he had the Bally on, I just felt every song. Do you know what I mean? Personal level.
It hit home.
Yeah.
I mean, you was whipping pancakes listening to Ktrap.
Absolutely. Every time I saw a Pyrex, I would just get flashbacks. Honestly.
Hey, nah, this has actually been sick, man. Honestly, definitely my favourite interview this year, man.
Oh, sure. Really?
100%.
Do you say that to everybody?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't. Because people always ask me, what's been your favourite interview, Sam? You've done so many interviews. What's been your favourite? I was like, you know what? At the time, those are my favourites at the present time. But if I'm looking back on it, we're in August now. This has been my favourite.
Oh, thank you.
So I mean, you've just been. We got to keep in that other thing, though, man. That was funny. We'll send it to you.
What about my workmates?
Yeah, man. We'll send it to you, though.
Anyway, fuck them.